Hi everybody, Jared here from 3 Sprockets. In this video I'm going to take you through some of the basic features of the Adventure Construction Kit and how to access them. So I've just started the game and I've selected my character. If I want to create an adventure, I just need to go over to the create sign to my left and use it. So I've gone into the Adventure Construction Kit and it's shown me the create a dashboard. This is where any adventures that you publish will go, and you can see all of the stats that we collect in your adventures. So these are some of the adventures that ship with the game, and I can see some the total play times, total kills, gold, likes and dislikes, that sort of thing. So if I want to continue to the editor, I just need to click continue. And you can see it's giving me a basic starting point. The pedestal in the middle is a spawn point, and it's got some tiles around it. So that's all you need to really get started. On the top left of the screen you can see all my modes. We've got design, props, entities, that sort of thing. And on the right I've got my stats, so I can see my building points and a breakdown of the difficulty of my adventure. So to start with, I'm going to go to design, and that design controls all of the actual tiles of your adventure. So I can go to sculpt and place tiles. While you're editing, you'll always have access to help at the bottom of the screen. So you can see down the bottom I've got add tile and palette. We show the controls to access all of the controls that you have access to at that certain point. So I can raise and lower tiles pretty easily. And in this mode I have access to a palette, which is the little icon you can see down here. I can click that, and that gives me access to all of the different options that I have in this mode. We use palettes when you're placing props, when you're sculpting tiles, and when you're placing enemies. At any point, if I want to get back to the editor menu so I can change mode, I just need to press escape or start on the gamepad, which will bring me back up here. I can place water and lava from this mode, which is pretty similar to placing tiles. And I can paint, which changes the texture of a tile that I've already placed. I can go to props. We have a bunch of different types of props. Interactive covers your doors, movable barrels, switches, traps, and ladders. And it functions the same way as the design mode, so I can just click to place things. You can see in the top right of the screen I've got building points. So at the moment I've spent 27 out of my total 6,000 that I have access to. So as I place items, they cost building points, and that's the limit to the size of your adventure. So I can place items and I can remove items, and the building points add and subtract. Destructible items are items that I can place in the world and players can destroy them just by hitting them. Chests come in a few different varieties. You've got key chests, loot chests, and potion chests. And as I place a potion chest, you can see in the top right it's changed my difficulty to easy. So that's a breakdown of all of the items in your adventure that will change the difficulty of that adventure. So it's detected that I've got one potion chest in the adventure, but I've got no enemies, so it's marked the adventure as easy. That updates in real time as I place traps, chests, enemies, that sort of thing. Static props are purely decorative. You can't really do anything with them. We've got a bunch of different categories down here. Bridges will connect two tiles. So I can place that. They'll automatically size. If there was a tile further out, it would just build the bridge between those two tiles. Steps function the same way as bridges. They just go between two vertical positions. And decals are flat images that you can place around your environment, like so. The entities menu lets me change my spawn point, and I can place enemies, so it uses a toolbar as well. The categories in this toolbar relate to the actual behavior of the enemy. So I've got ranged enemies, melee enemies, and mini-boss enemies. Mini-boss enemies all have unique AI. So I can place a skeleton. And some props and enemies, I can click on them to change the settings for that particular enemy. So I can change its behavior mode, and I could set its patrol points if I wanted to as well. I can place NPCs, and an NPC is another entity type that I can edit in the editor. So I can give it some dialogue. Checkpoints are 3x3 points that players stand on to restore their health and gain a life. They're the easiest way to make your level easier if you find players are having some trouble finishing it. And if I just expand this level out a bit more, I can place a finish point. So a finish point is where players will run to at the end of the adventure. Once all players are at the finish point, they can complete the adventure. The VFX section controls the time of day, so I can just move this slider and I'll switch it from night to day. And I've got access to a few particle effects as well. So I can choose a particle effect and I can choose its intensity. So I can just have a light rain or a real heavy rain. Modifiers in music aren't currently implemented. At any point I can click playtest and it will drop me into the game. And that skeleton's going to start hitting me. And at any point while I'm playing the game in the editor, I can just hit escape and go back to the editor. No progress will be saved while you're in the editor. I can access the dashboard again from here. And then I can go to File. So File lets you load and save adventures. So if I've got some adventures that I've built previously, I can load it from here. I can also save it. I could also start from scratch as well if I wanted to just completely clear the adventure. Once I'm happy with it, I can go to Publish. And this is the UI where you'll publish your adventure for the world to play. So I can set its name, it's my name, the creator. I can give it a description. And then before I can publish it, I need to click playtest and I'll play through the adventure. In order for an adventure to be publishable, you need to kill at least 10 enemies on this playthrough. Once that playthrough is done, it will open this UI again and I can click publish. You can also access your options if you wanted to change your graphics settings, input settings, that sort of thing. You can access some help with this question mark here. And I can also turn this overlay on to show which sections of the level are pathfindable by enemies, which helps you diagnose any weird AI behavior you might be seeing. And that just about sums up the Adventure Construction Kit. Thanks for watching.